Let me start that over because my mic was off. Welcome back to another edition of Dukes on Twitch. Back with GW Maverick this time. Just updated the cardboard live functionality so you can actually see the deck list on screen as well, which is very cool. Had some pretty good success last league. We went down to Black-Red Reanimator, but I did see that in Game 3 we actually didn't start in our Faerie Macabre. I think I just didn't click properly, which definitely hurt us. We went down to I think like 3 to try to find some hate. Just trying to mulligan aggressively with the new mulligan rule, which is pretty fun to play with, I won't lie. It seems really good for a lot of the combo decks, but you know, fair decks get to multi the hate too, so it goes both ways. The deck is pretty straightforward. There's a few one-ofs that are probably more fringe. So I know it's Julian's been playing the Batterskull main deck, which I just really like, especially as a Stoneforge player naturally. It's nice to have Batterskull as a card that I can get against a deck like maybe like Blue-Red Stoneblade or Eldrazi. Sanctum Prelate I'll put in the main deck as the 4th Thalia. I definitely see Maverick as a go-wide deck, so having a Oathbreaker, what did I miss? You didn't miss anything. This is actually the very start of the stream, which is nice. Yeah, I really like Sanctum Prelate as the 4th Thalia because Maverick is a deck that really punishes decks by going wide. So being able to add in another hate bear that can also be really good against combo, and really good against decks like lands. Sanctum Prelate on 2 of course, shuts off cards like Punishing Fire and Life from the Loam. Only the 2 Stoneforge Mystics. This isn't really a Stoneforge Mystic deck. You have a pretty good beatdown strategy already, so you don't need really the added addition of equipment and a fast way to find it. Gaddock Teeg's pretty normal. Qasali Pridemage in the main deck over Nut of Autumn, just because Qasali Pridemage can do a bit more at instant speed, so playing against Death and Taxes, if your opponent plays a turn 2 Stoneforge Mystic, and then plays the Jitte through the Stoneforge and then their end step and then attacks with it in their turn, Night of Autumn can't actually do anything during any of those key moments. But Qasali can of course keep up, which is pretty nice. I was thinking of playing a Renegade Rallier over the Sigata. I did have Sigata Heron's Grace in the deck, which I've actually really liked. But on MTGO it's bugged, so the hexproof part doesn't actually work. So I had a case where I got it down against lands, but my opponent was still able to Maze of Ith my Thalias, which is pretty annoying. It was kind of the whole reason that I played it. But I could go, because we have the Batterskull on the deck as a 5-drop, I'm actually pretty keen to drop both and just go for a Rallier in the main deck. I think Rallier is really good, especially with Qasali Pridemage. Having extra additions of being able to hit targeted equipment or artifacts is really key, and be able to get that back with Renegade Rallier is pretty awesome. We have a ton of fetch lands and wastelands to get it back as well, so there's no real threat there. And Tireless Tracker is kind of my end game if I am going to go to a wide, play out a game that's going to go wide, because it can just start drawing me cards and getting me back in the game that way. The sideboard's pretty normal, I guess. We have the Chalices for the combo and fast decks, Night of Autumn just as a Susami Knight, Chokes against the blue decks, mainly Miracles, Council's Judgment and Blessed Alliance, mainly for True Name Nemesis, but also for Planeswalkers. Blessed Alliance also playing a key role as it plays really well around Chalice against, say, Eldrazi. It also kills things like Archetype of Endurance in Reanimator, which a lot of the decks go for against fair decks. 4 pieces of Graveyard Hate, which I hope is enough. 1 Path just for extra removal on turn 1, and then Gideon just for the grinding matchups like Miracles. So pretty stock standard list. Pretty keen to go straight into a league and see how it goes. If anyone in chat plays Maverick, definitely let me know. Maybe play a different build. Get to use those sweet play points. Nice. We'll go straight in. I usually play the Black Splash, which gives me options through Thoughtseize and Zealous Persecution to be a bit more aggressive against decks like Death and Taxes, Young Pyromancer decks. Even combo Thoughtseize is really nice, especially with the with Surgical as well. That's good coffee. We have a match, which is very cool. Nice and early. Didn't have to wait too long. My opponent is currently 2-0. Okay. I have no idea what they're playing, but they are on the play. What are we going to get? We also gave away this set foil Mind's Eye on stream on Thursday for hitting 400 followers, which is really cool. So a big congratulations to, I believe, mmap125 for winning that, which is really cool. Big fan of the giveaways, so thank you to MTG Mate for the giveaways. MTG Mate is an Australian online store. You can use Doogs as a code to get 5% off singles. Sounds interesting. I think we'll keep it. The Green Sun Zeniths are really nice to go and get some silver bullets, like Gaddock Teeg maybe. We don't have a great turn 1 play, but I don't even mind using one of these Zeniths just to go and get something like Dryad Arbor. So I'm going to keep this. Sounds a little bit rough against combo, a little bit too slow. Mountain. Okay. So this leads me to believe that this is going to be something like Mono Red Prison. So I'm pretty happy here to actually straight away use this Verdant Catacombs for a forest, have all my basics online now, and also play a Noble Hierarch, which is a great draw. I'm assuming they might have a turn 2 play. Oh, it's a Volk. Okay. Interesting. Pretty slow start. I'm going to assume this might be something like... I actually don't know, but I'm going to Wasteland here for sure. Hopefully it's not a Stifle deck. Let's go with a Stoneforge Mystic here. They didn't float any mana off that, which is interesting. I think we'll just get a Sword and of Fire and Ice. This way, next turn we can Green Suns for something like Gaddock Teeg, which I think is okay against this deck. And then hold up sort of Fire and Ice, which is actually probably a little bit better of a beater. Yeah, it could be Blue-Red Delver, but it's weird that they kept a 7 that didn't have a turn 1 or 2 play. So I kind of think it's a show and tell deck that might have just had the combo but no fast start. But yeah, it definitely could still be Blue-Red Delver. Just weird that we haven't seen any spells yet. Renegade Rallier. I think I want to play Knight here to try to get something like Karakas online pretty fast. It'll be a 4/4 as well, so if this is Blue-Red Delver, it will be out of bolt range. But if they fetch in days here, that might show that they're on Blue-Red Delver and not so much on show and tell. So we get a free attack here. Attacking for 2 with Exalted. I could have also Green Sun for Qasali Pridemage, but with no mana open, it wouldn't have done much, sadly. There's Ancient Tombs. This makes me think it's going to be either Sneak Attack here or Show and Tell. Looks like Sneak Attack. Ugh. Okay. Do they have a Lotus Petal? They don't. Okay. A Forest is really nice there because now we get to hopefully Green Suns for 3. kind of has to get forced. It's going to get forced pitching Preordain, which is kind of scary. I don't mind leaving up the Knight to hold up something like Karakas here. So let's attack with the Stoneforge again. The issue is they have access to 2 red. So if they have Emrakul, Karakas does nothing, because I have to do it before they attack with it, so they don't get the Exalted, so they don't get the Annihilated trigger. But then they can just use another red to put it back in play and attack with it. I still have Cradle as well. I could have also Cradled there. They have it. Yeah, so I could have Cradled for 3 and then Green Sunned again and held up Noble Hierarch. Yeah, that's a big misplay. So Oathbreaker, you definitely saw the line there. That's really rough. Yeah, now they just put it back in play. It's not a great feeling. That's going to be a concession. Yeah, it's really rough. I should have seen that. I definitely should have seen that. So what do I like in the matchup? I don't mind Knight of Autumn, of course. I'm not too sure how good Chalice is. I don't think it's the greatest. I'm going to take out 3 swords and just keep in 1. I might actually take out a swords and put in a path. Just to hit things like Grizzlebrand, and also if they bring in Arcane Artisan. Choke seems a little bit slow, but on the play I might actually see if I can bring it in. Council Judgment seems fine. Maybe as a one-of. Gaddock Teeg only stops Force. Oh, it stops Sneak Attack as well. I can probably drop down on a Mum. I believe they'll be playing Kozilek's Return over Pyroclasm. You like Blessed Alliance here? Yeah, I could definitely bring in Blessed Alliance. It doesn't help with Emrakul, which is annoying, but it does help with the other card. You can also get multi-night activations, that's very true. The Renegade Rallier still seems pretty good. We can get back things like Pridemage. I can probably take out Jitte. I can probably take out Batterskull, and I can probably even take out the Stoneforge Mystic package. Just keeping in sort of Fire and Ice as a beater. I actually don't have many 1-drops that are great, so maybe I can just bring in 3 Chalices here and try them out. I can also Chalice for 0 if I want to, because it stops Lotus Petal. So let's just go with this. I haven't seen Intuition yet, so if I see Intuition game 2, I might bring in Surgicals, but we'll see how it slides. This is sadly a no-lander, so I have to mulligan this. This is pretty rough as well, just 3-drops. Which we could keep, but it's not the greatest. Kind of like going down 1 more. Sounds a bit better. We'll keep this. So we'll put back probably Ramunap and Scooze, and keep these 5. Pretty happy just to go Savannah into Noble Hierarch here. But yeah, that's really just a case there of going, what are my options? And asking myself. Prelate, okay. Prelate's pretty good here. I think Prelate for 3 is best. Stops Show and Tell, it also stops Kozilek's Return if they play it. They're gonna force this. Okay. Another Wasteland. Pretty happy just to play this and pass turn. I can also attack here if I want. I'm sure it all adds up. Pretty good. We don't have much here. Hopefully Grizzlebrand. Okay, it's not too bad. You're gonna go for the draw, maybe for like Lotus Petal into another creature. Yep. I guess we can float, untap. Yeah, what is that? We can't actually make them sack 2 creatures. So just 2 fair there. Pretty hard on a Molder 5. Yeah, not much else to say. Sneak and Show and Miracles are definitely the probably 2 hardest matchups to play against for Maverick, just from a 2 fair kind of point of view. Grixis Delver, okay. This hand's pretty good against Grixis Delver. I'm pretty happy to keep this. Sneak and Show is the worst. Yeah, especially yeah, seeing that line with the Cradle for the second Green Sun Zenith in game 2 would have been pretty sweet. I'm gonna go for a Savannah here, and Green Suns for 1, just for Dryad Arbor. Just to start playing around days from the get-go. So next turn, if they don't have Wasteland, we can just play a land and play Thalia, which is nice. Interesting, nothing. I think here I just play a land and go for Thalia. I could have also played Scryb Ranger and then untap 2 lands. But I'm happy keeping the Scryb Ranger back just for now. A force here would be great. We have a second one as a backup. We don't get a force, but we do get to slow down an opponent and get to swing in for 1. Young Pyro is going to be fine. Here, I don't actually mind just attacking first with both creatures and seeing what they do. Because they're tapped out, I'm pretty happy here just to probably play Wasteland and play Scryb Ranger. If they trade this Dryad Arbor for the Young Pyromancer, that's a huge win for me. So I assume it's just going to be 3 damage here. Yep, no blocks. Let's go Wasteland. Probably now just Scryb Ranger. Use its ability to untap Dryad Arbor, returning Savannah. Play Birds. And then Wasteland our opponent. Kind of felt like elves there for a bit. That was kind of cool. Wow. Another Thalia is pretty rough, but you can't be too unhappy. I think we attack with all three. I might as well play this Gaddock Teeg. It only really stops Force in this matchup, I believe. But it's nice just to get another 2-power creature on the field. So they're going to 2-for-1 themselves there and force it. That's fine. Pitching a True Name, that's a big win for us. Wow. Noble, and probably his past turn. If I really wanted to be aggressive, I could play the second Thalia just to get a Thalia in the bin and have one on defense. It's also a little bit better for something like Scavenging Ooze. If I want to get a Scavenging Ooze on the field that's bigger than a 3/3, so it can't be bolted, it'd be nice to have double creatures in the bin so I can make it a 4/4 straight away. I think I attack with all three, because if they have a bolt here, I can probably just return the Dryad Arbor to my hand if I... Oh, maybe I'll keep it back. Hopefully they kill the Thalia here. Which is pretty nice. So now we get to play a second Thalia. And if it gets dazed, we get to play another Thalia. We don't. It's gonna be fine. Ponder, okay. I think next time we just swing for 2 in the air with Exalted. They're just gonna chump block a Thalia anyway, so they miss a land drop. Ooh, Green Sun Zenith. What can I get with Green Sun Zenith that's actually pretty good here? Let's have a look at our deck. Tireless Tracker is okay. Could just get Scooze. Scooze seems pretty good. I can also make it a 4/4. Tireless Tracker seems okay. I can get infinite triggers with Dryad Arbor. We'll attack first. In the air for 2. One, 2, 3, 4, 5 paying for Thalia, Green Suns for 3. Ability, untap Noble, return Savannah. Play Savannah, get a trigger. I could blow up this clue right now, which I don't mind doing. Oh. Mum's pretty sweet. Happy to play Mum there. Mum kind of just means that this Tireless Tracker is going to be lethal next turn. Especially if I can get pro-red before. But I think we just went too wide there for our opponent. They stumbled on land as well, so pretty unlucky for them. I like Path here a lot. We saw True Name, so I like the Council's Judgments. The Blessed Alliance here is a little bit weaker because the Young Pyromancer tokens, most likely auto-attacking. Choke seems great. Gideon seems okay. We'll see what we take out. So Gaddock Teeg only really stops Force Will. We can take Gaddock out. Qasali might be able to hit something like Bitter Blossom if they play it, but I think we'll take it out for now. Sanctum Prelate's good. Thalia is quite nice. Ramunap Excavator is probably a little bit overkill. I still like all these creatures. I still like all these threats. We can probably take out the Ancient Tomb. I think it's going to be dealing a little bit too much damage for us here and not being able to take too much advantage of it. Prelate on 1 seems great. Batterskull seems fine. The equipment package seems fine. Maybe I don't need the Gideon. One more card. Knight's really good. Maybe it's just one Scooze. Scooze isn't the greatest in this matchup, and 1 is usually just enough if I do need it. This hand's pretty good. It does mean that we have to go for most likely Savannah with this Windswept Heath, which is still fine. I'm going to keep this. Drawing into something like Noble Hierarch would be really nice. Mountain. Ina, thank you very much for the subscription on a 4-month streak. Very cool. So a huge thank you. This group of Lavamancer can't be saved by... Oh, Savannah's interesting. I think we just steal Savannah here and Swords. It can't be Dazed, which is nice, and if they want to 2-for-1 themselves, they can, which they won't. But yeah, huge thank you, Ina. 4 months is a hell of a streak, so thank you very much. It means a lot. Young Pyro is fine. Batterskull. I think here I'm happy to play the Windswept Heath, and if they want to attack into a Dryad Arbor, I'll let them. Because I think that's a fairly good trade. I could force the Daze, but I'm pretty happy just to sit back. It's pot renounced. I wish I knew what you were saying, Nick. But Nick Chmowski, welcome to the stream. I wonder if they don't attack. I wonder if they just try to play around Dryad Arbor. MTG Mate donated $5. A huge thank you. I have a question. How much does it cost to ask it? What? Wasteland. Okay, Wasteland's pretty good. That's gonna be fine. I mean, if they have the bolt, they have the bolt. I'm happy to see what happens here. It does put us back a fair amount, but... they have the bolt. A little bit greedy there. But that is fine. We can play a Wasteland and pass. To be fair, maybe playing the Thalia there instead of just holding up Dryad Arbor was the best play. Fetch is nice. Probably just get planes and try this Thalia. A gift to Nick Chomowski, very nice. If this is Bolt, most likely, I think we're just gonna be dead. Unless we draw really well. Bolt's gonna be fine. Oh, they play Terramander. I don't know why you'd show me that. I would have rather kept this in hand. You already have a turn 2 clock anyway. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. They have a land. Gentleton Lopes, thank you very much for the follow. Let me know where you're from, what you play in Legacy, if you play Legacy, what your local meta is like. That's just dead. At least we know that Prelate on 1 is pretty good. Let's just run this back. I don't mind dropping a knight for this knight, just because the life gain can be good, and also just having a 4/3 body is pretty good against Young Pyromancer. Would love to play first. This hand's fine. Turn 1 Karakas, turn 2 Scryb Ranger, turn 3 Prelate is pretty awesome. I think I might just go for Karakas into Mum. I could go and fetch a forest, like a Savannah, to play with Scryb Ranger a little bit, but happy for this. Mum plus Scryb Ranger is pretty nuts as well, because we get double activations. So why the swap to Maverick in real life? I think locally I have a pretty... I think locally the meta has definitely shifted towards hate for death and taxes in general. So a lot of the creatures like now the Reliquary, even Noble Hierarch don't get hated out by things like Dreadnought. There's also cards like Massacre, which Gaddock Teeg is really good against. There's a few fast combo decks in Brisbane where Noble Hierarch into Green Sun Zenith for 2 can just kind of win on the spot, which is nice. But yeah, I think the format shifted a little bit towards days. Okay. So yeah, just keeping away from so many X1s in the deck, even though we have a lot right now. Yeah, Maverick's weak to Miracles right now, but there's a lot of Miracles in Brisbane, which is awesome from a testing perspective. So I actually get to test a lot against Miracles and see how to actually better the matchup. So even though it's a pretty big challenge to, say, go 3-1 or 4-0 on like a weekly basis, no one locally owns Dreadnought. I wonder why. Pond is gonna be fine. They missed the land drop there, which is pretty nuts. Yes. I just watched myself replay. That was fantastic. I think you're at his pass. I don't really want to get one of these dazed, but I can play a Scryb Ranger next turn, which is pretty sweet. So I'm just going to pass here. So with Young Pyromancer on the stack, I'm probably going to fetch here for a Savannah because it plays with Scryb Ranger. And play Scryb Ranger now, so if they daze it, they don't get a token off the Young Pyromancer. It's going to resolve, which is awesome. They've already played a land for turn as well. Okay, so now we can go attack in the air. Damage. I'll float white, white, and 1, and then untap Scryb, returning Savannah. Play Savannah. Play Prelate. This has to get forced if they have it. Wow, okay. I think 1's just the best here. 1 shots off Ponder, Brainstorm, Lightning Bolt, Chain Lightning, a lot of stuff. Looks like they tried to bolt just there. Maybe they don't understand what Prelate does. They might have a Braid. A Braid is an answer to Prelate. And a pretty good one. No attack's interesting. Maybe they thought I would block with the Scryb Ranger. Wasteland's pretty nice here. So now I can just play Knight. And now because it's a 3-3, if I Wasteland, they can't actually respond to it with a bolt anyway with the Prelate. But if I don't have the Prelate, they can't even bolt it because I have the Wasteland. And with Wasteland, sacrificing the land is part of the cost. So there's no point where they can actually bolt the Knight as a 3-3. It'll always be a 4-4. I think here I'm just scared of True Name. So Wastelanding here is a definite. This could be Hardcast days and then days again. They got on a Braid, okay. It's gonna work. Can't do anything there. At least that means this Braid isn't gonna hit one of these pieces of. And a Force. Pitching a True Name, okay. I think I definitely Wasteland here. Actually, if I didn't Wasteland there, I could have picked up a land if I don't draw one, equipped the sword to the Scryb Ranger. It would have been tapped. Oh, it wouldn't have been tapped. I'm thinking of it like a mana dork. So if I want here, I can trade the Scryb Ranger, but I won't. I think I'm pretty happy to let it slide and hopefully get this sword online. Knight of Autumn. I don't mind Knight here. So to play around something like Bolt, I'd much rather just do this now. So float green. Return Savannah. Play Savannah. Play this Knight of Autumn. Hopefully make it a 3/3. They could respond with Bolt if they wanted to. I mean, if they have Gut Shot, they can respond to the actual trigger, but... What do they have? Maybe Stifle? I don't know if the list runs Stifle. It's gonna resolve, okay. I don't mind attacking here. I can untap it if I really want to. Attacking with all three. Maybe they have Fork Bolt. I'm still happy to block here and just see what they have. Yeah, Fork Bolt's fine. Thalia is interesting. Thalia plus Scryb Ranger is kind of nice, so I might go 1/2 ability, return Savannah, play Savannah, play Thalia. So I did have a chance early on to actually trade with this Pyromancer. At the time I just wanted a creature on the field because I had equipment in hand, but I've actually drawn pretty well into creatures, so I could have made that trade earlier on and stopped some of the damage from these tokens being created. It's gonna resolve, which is actually kind of scary. We'll attack for 1 again. I mean, we definitely return in response, but it is a little bit frustrating. They're gonna swing with all. I could 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, putting me to 2. I could save myself by going to 4. But then I just lose on the comeback anyway. I think my best plan is to draw a land and play Batterskull, and then just hopefully dodge any sort of shenanigans, like Bolt. Choke doesn't do it. That's just going to be game. So that's pretty rough. So just not drawing removal for that young Pyro, and really not being too aggressive with getting rid of it with my own creatures. Kind of cost me there. But yeah, one thing that the green-white deck has a harder time against is decks that go wide, like Young Pyromancer. Zealous Persecution is just so good of a card that it's really one of the reasons you run black just by itself, and one of the reasons why I really like it. We'll definitely play first. Sounds fine. can play a turn 1 Mum into a turn 2 Ramunap, which is pretty awesome. We also have Green Sun's next turn if we want for 2. So I'm going to get Savannah here because this turns on Gaddock Teeg next turn. Not sure what MC is playing or what their current... Blue, okay. I think here I'm happy just to Green Suns for 2 straight away. Force Pitch Brainstorm, okay. Doesn't tell me much. This definitely looks like Miracles so far. Forest is a little bit iffy. I think he would just play a second... maybe I don't want to play a second turret. Maybe they put Terminus on top. Maybe here I'll just play the Sword. Maybe here I'll just play a Forest, play Sword. And then maybe hope they like go back to basics or something like that, and we can just play these basics and have a good time. Happy Yum, what is up? We're currently 0-2, and against Miracles it looks like. This could just be a back to basics here, which is pretty rough, but we will get through with our Sword if that is a thing. Stoneforge, okay, so looking at blue-white Stoneblade. That's interesting. Jitte's pretty good. Swords is pretty nice. I kind of like swords in here. Maybe even playing around back to basics by playing... Plains, Sword. And then just play Ramunap. I could have also kept the Plains in hand by playing Windswept Heath, but I don't have a second Plains, I don't think. No, I don't. So I'd have to go get a Savannah if I wanted to do that. Nothing's nice. Gaddock Teeg, okay. I think he'll definitely... Oh, we'll definitely play a land first. From the graveyard. Get some value. Ina, gifting a sub again. Thank you very much. To Adrian himself, nevertheless. Welcome to the Nerd Zone, my friend. They're gonna fetch here. I think we have to protect here, even if they have Snapcaster. Another Swords? Wow. I guess here we just use this 2 to equip. And then pass with... Could also play Gaddock Teeg here, which I don't mind. Forest. It stops Jace, which is nice. I don't think they'll play Jace anyway with Mother of Runes online, but it also stops Supreme Verdict if they play it. What is the ideal Sword Plowshares art? Grizzly Adams. I'm going to say the F&M promo. It's pretty nice. Stoneforge. Okay. Batterskull, okay. Surely they have snap swords here. Isn't that the reason that they're just gonna play a Jitte? Okay. Now they have to have something. They have nothing, so they gotta block here, or else they just die. Oh, swords is pretty relevant. Swords, equip this to this. And start the beatdown. They're just gonna concede, okay. That is fine with me. So we're looking at Stoneblade. So I like the chokes, I like the Knight of Autumn, I like the Council's Judgments, I like the Gideon. What don't I like? I think Renegade Rallier can probably go out. Although it does get back stuff that's disenchanted, mainly only the Jitte though. A lot of their stuff is mostly exile. Green screen is a nice touch, thank you very much. It's actually a blue screen. But yeah, it's very cool. I'm a big fan of it. Actually, a birthday gift. I'm not sure how good Cradle is in this matchup. I know in Miracles you take out Cradle, but I think we'll keep it for now. Can probably drop down on 2 swords. Probably a Screws as well. Thalia still seems pretty relevant. I can probably drop down on a Knight for a Knight, just because with the basic heavy land base, it's not going to be doing a whole lot other than attacking. I might even just drop down on 2 Knights. They are really good at beating down, but that's really about it. For the creatures that we've got otherwise, they're still pretty good. This hand's more than fine. Turn 1 birds into turn 2 Mum and Thalia is pretty sweet. Shame there was a guy sitting in front of it. I know, right? With an MTG Mage shirt. How dare he? How dare he? Green screen only, please. Noble Hierarch, okay. I'm close to finishing Maverick in person, but should I buy a Bayou for Green-White Black Maverick or a Cradle for a better Green-White Maverick? There's actually been a lot of discussion lately about Ancient Tomb being a budget version of Cradle, especially in like, I'm currently in a pretty heavy Miracles meta, so Cradle doesn't stay in the deck a hell of a lot. I think the Bayou is really good. I think it's looking at your local meta and seeing if you need the Bayou. You should definitely look at the Discord as well. The Discord's really active. I'm a big advocate for the Black Splash just because Zealous Persecution and Thoughtseize are so good. But yeah, it can really be up to you. I think here we just play Thalia first, and if it resolves, we have up Karakas. Could also play Mum here. We have the second Thalia, so I'm pretty happy to play Mum here. If they destroy this one, that's fine. Sword's the Mum, okay. Maybe they have like a true name and they just don't care about the Thalia. Counterbalance, okay. A little bit late to the party, but that's gonna be fine. Plains, nice draw. Attack for 3. Probably play the birds. I might tap the Noble Hierarch for that, just to play a little bit around back to basics. See what's on top. Island, okay. That's gonna be fine. I could Green Suns for 1 here. I don't really want to. I want to save it. They've conceded? Alright, cool. Nice win. Thoughts on the new mulligan? The new mulligan is really powerful for decks that can go off with like 3 or 4 cards. I think you London said for Black Rid Reanimator, 5 is the new 7. because you can just mulligan so aggressively, and usually by the time you hit a 5 keeper, you have 7 cards which are going to win you the game pretty much on the spot. I think for fair decks, it's still okay. We get to mulligan into some of like the free hate. So like Surgical, your Faerie Macabres. You can mulligan to Thoughtseize if you think you have the time. But it's pretty rough. The new mulligan is only an MTGO, correct? Yes, that is correct. This hand's pretty funny. I think we're going to keep it. We don't know what our opponent is playing. But Wasteland's always nice. Don't start on a basic. Badlands. Okay, that's alright. Oh, this just could be... Black-Red Reanimator? This could be GG. But Zealous Persecution is too nice to yet on True Name. I wonder if they have anything else to do this turn. I think here I'm just going to Wasteland. They went down to 5. If it is Black-Red Reanimator, they play like 14 spells. 14 lands, if that. Okay. 14 plus Lotus Petal, that's correct. Here I might just play the Hierarch out. And then maybe even Green Suns for Skoos. Savannah. Noble. This could be an end step Entomb if they fetch. They don't fetch, which is nice. So obviously just trying to play around Wasteland a little bit. Maybe this isn't. Maybe this is Grixis. Interesting. So here I might just try to play out this Thalia. It could also be Storm. Hopefully not, because Green Suns for Gaddock Teeg there would have been pretty much game. I might see if I can Green Suns for Gaddock Teeg next turn. They did take Thalia, so... I think we attack first. We can even play Scryb Ranger here. Untap Noble Hierarch, Green Suns for 2. Ability, untap, return Savannah. This also turns off Massacre if they play it in the main deck, which they most likely don't. There's Teeg. Alright. Still nothing. Yikes. Oh, Jitte. Jitte is quite nice. I might put it on the creature that I least want to see gone. We can attack with all 3. We can use Scryb Ranger's ability to untap the Knight, returning the Savannah. Have we played a land for turn? No. Interesting. Let's just play Mum and pass. What are you playing? What are you playing? Badlands, Thoughtseize, Delta Island. Let's have a little look. I really don't know what they're playing. I think we just run back what we have. I think Chalice is good against any deck that we just saw, unless it's Grixis Control. I don't think it would be. We can probably take out Ralia. We can probably take out one... Oh, keeping the Scoozers. We'll take out the Ramunap Excavator. And maybe like 2 swords. Surgical seems great against whatever they are. Maybe Faerie Macabre, just in case. These cards seem good. Drop on the Plows. Drop on Jitte. And just go with this. I'll keep this. A little bit greedy, but we'll see how we go. If they Thoughtseize us and take Thalia, we can play Noble Hierarch and have 2 draws to get a land to be able to Green Suns for Gaddock Teeg. Okay, so they've gone down to 6. Badlands, Thoughtseize. Taking Thalia again, okay. Alright. Savannah into Noble Hierarch. Do we see another card that we haven't seen yet? Ugh, another Thoughtseize, okay. Most likely taking Green Sun Zenith. Yeah. Okay. Haha! That's actually a great draw, I think. And just hope they aren't like a Massacre deck. We can't really play around Massacre anyway. LED, okay. So maybe this is Storm. Oh, Chalice. We can Chalice for 1? Is that... Let me... I think that's right, because we can just... we can cast it for 0, but pay the 1 for Thalia? So Thalia adds to the cost. I think we just done like this. Is currently 1, okay. Chalice seems pretty good. The coffee's good. I'll give them that. Coffee's really good. Chrome Mox, interesting. Echoing Truth. Ah. Interesting that they would give that up, but I assume it's because of Mother Runes. Alright. Canopy. Let's attack first. And then play Tracker and play a land to get a clue. Bang. Look at that value. I could have also played Scooze, which plays pretty well around Massacre, because it also gives me a big beater to play with. If they cast Massacre here, I'm just dead. Interesting, they're gonna pass. I think we just clue first. See what we draw, maybe like Teeg. Windswept Heath, that's pretty sweet. Get a clue. I think then we just clue again here. Faerie Macabre, okay. Let's go to attacks. Attacking for 7. Nothing. Alright. We lost our first 2, but we win our next 2. So we can go into this and win 3-2 at best. Which is still pretty good. See how this goes. If you do want any of the cards you've seen so far, definitely check out mtgmate.com.au. If you are Australian, you can use the code Dukes to get 5% off your singles with already pretty good discounted prices. This hand's awesome. Or if you want them online, definitely check out Card Hoarder, who is my other sponsor. Who also have some really sweet deals. Oh, was it my turn? Oh, that was close. That was really close. Savannah, Noble. Prepare boots. Island. Doesn't say much. Catacombs. So here I can play the Tomb. I can play Thalia first with 1. And now play Scryb Ranger. Now I can even untap the Noble, return the Savannah, and attack for 1. It's a pretty sweet turn 2. Pretty sweet. Ugh. This looks like miracles. Swords. That's sadly fine. Swords ourselves. I think here we just play Verdant. Swing for 2 in the air. We can fetch up a basic here. Play Scooze. Play Scooze. And I don't mind just actually eating this swords right now. So pretty weak board state right now against a deck like Miracles. Really looking for something like Gaddock Teeg, Thalia. It looks like they missed a land drop, so here I'm pretty happy to actually... I could eat the Ponder if I wanted to, but I go back a land, so I'm actually not going to. Batterskull. Okay. What do they do? Chose not to shuffle? Okay, that most likely means that they have something like... Terminus on top. So I think we definitely just attack for 3. If they have a Swords, I don't think they would, but we're going to attack for 3 anyway with both creatures. It just means that if they have a Swords, they don't take 0. Okay, so they have a Swords. It's going to target the Skoos. Interesting. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I don't mind just eating the Ponder here. They already missed a land drop, so at least now they can't like snap Ponder later on. Now we get to go use its ability to return the Savannah, which plays a little bit around back basics, which is nice. One more for Batterskull. Still no third land, okay. Oh, Green Suns. I feel like Green Suns is a great draw there. Let's attack first for 5. Hopefully this gets through. Looks like it is. And now we can just Green Suns for Gaddock Teeg and hopefully keep away from Terminus. They do have 7 cards, so... Oh, they don't get a Force. Scalding Tarn the draw. Maybe they're thinking about here if they just want to Snapcaster now. Brainstorm, okay. Fetching now. Is this like a... Okay. At least now they can't ambush buy for my Gaddock Teeg, so I'm pretty happy just to attack with everything next turn. Birds doesn't do a whole lot. I'm going to keep that in hand for now. So let's attack with these 3. Play a land and just pass turn. Pretty happy to draw from this straight away and see what we get. Cradle, interesting. Cradle, I've already played a land for turn, okay. I think because they're at 3, we can at least attack with these 2 and try to play a little bit around Snapcaster Mage. So targeted swords, they have to target the Batterskull before they have to block and then target the Batterskull if they want to target the Batterskull. I think now is a fine time to actually do this before they can block. It makes them have to target the Germ. They can't just chump block and kill the Scryb Ranger. That's fine. We can just pass back. Fetch Brainstorm's interesting. They only have one white source, so they can't even untap Swords of Gaddock Teeg, reveal Terminus, cast Terminus. I kind of want to play around Rishon and Port in this deck. At least one. Just for games like this where I can try to tap them off one color. Gone down to 2. So they have to really draw into something well. Mentor doesn't do it. Council's Judgment, interesting. I think here I definitely return this. And then they're just going to be dead anyway, because they're going to die to Exalted, order 2. Interesting. What do they have? I think here we just attack first and see what they do. Surely they know that it's dead. Unless they have like Vapor Snag? Yeah, cool. Okay, so really cool to get that game 1. We love Choke. We love Chalice. I like Knight of Autumn. I like Gideon. I like Council's Judgments. I don't like Swords. We have enough. I don't really like this. Rallier can come out. Excavator can come out. 2 knights can come out. And maybe even something like Cradle, because they are a Terminus deck. I'm pretty happy with this. This hand's sweet. This hand's pretty good. We'll keep this. We don't have a green source now, but we have some pretty good plays until then. Miracles isn't usually a very aggressive deck anyway. Screws isn't really a turn 2 play anyway, so happy here just to play Plains and pass. Maybe even next turn is Wasteland pass and then hold up Karakas for a turn 3 Thalia. So when is a good time to play the Dark Depths version of Maverick? Like, what is it good versus? It's pretty good against fair decks. I also think it's a great way to just win against combo, but it does take some time to set up. Wasteland pass. There's definitely been times where against grindy decks like Bug, or even Grixis, they can't really deal with it outside of Diabolic Edict or Jace Bounce. Usually you have enough creatures on the field so that Diabolic Edict isn't much of an issue, but yeah, it's actually a really good question. I wish I had a better answer for you. Mentor's fine. A little bit scary, but Zenith does nothing. Interesting to see if they kept in force. They did, okay. No green mana is really hurting us right now. No attack, okay. Savannah's a pretty nice draw. I kind of like trying out Knight here, even though it's only a 2/2. This is where you can get pretty hurt by bringing in Charleses and taking out swords, where they just go for Mentor quite aggressively. They can attack with the Mentor here, probably not with the Monk. So here I actually might put up the trade. I could block with Thalia and Knight, deal first combat damage, and then return. Which I don't mind. So if they have swords, it doesn't work out the greatest, but we'll see how this works out. Nice, okay. That works out pretty well for us. A green source as well is really nice. So now we can actually do something like Thalia again, and then just play another Knight. Oh, I could also play Scooze. Scooze is kind of nice. I think Scooze is a little bit better here. The one thing that I don't like about the Dark Depths combo is just that Dark Depths isn't a mana source, so you count it as a spell, and then Thespian Stage with Dark Depths can have some pretty awkward hands. Where it just kind of hits your mana a little bit hard, but with the new Mulligan rule, it's a little bit better. Jace, okay. Jace bounce? Jace kind of has to bounce here. This does turn on Choke really well. Jace bounce just doesn't do a whole lot here. Maybe it's a Brainstorm. We're going to bounce the Ooze. I think I'm happy here to actually just eat a Mentor Actually, do I need to? No. I can just save that. So I don't need... I floated the mana, but I don't really need to. They can't even attack here with their 1/1s. They're also tapped out, so we get to choke here, which is really nice. So we can play Noble and then choke. Yeah, kind of like Maze of Ith. Maze of Ith is a great card, but when you're playing against a lot of True Name, a lot of Baleful Strix, it's just not that great. And it also is just a card that doesn't do a whole lot against... yeah, against some of those decks. They have to block here. Jace is really their only way to win. Choke's pretty huge, hitting all 3 cards. Oh, they might have Disenchant. They're going to attack. That's interesting. Surely not. Okay. What does that mean? They're also going to let us untap. Maybe I go Chalice first and see what they do. Chalice for 1. If they want to hit the Thalia, I can return it in response. Resolve, okay. We'll definitely attack. Attack Jace. They might have just a Snapcaster here to try to hit it. Wow, nothing. I don't really want to put another creature on the board. However, if they have something like Disenchant, maybe it's worth just playing something like Scooz here and holding up Karakas for Thalia. There's Disenchant, okay. It's gonna be fine, they can cast it. Cost 2. And now we can return this Thalia. So if we returned it before they put the trigger on the stack of the Miracle, they could have cast it for 1, so it's just about taxing them there a little bit more. If they don't play Jace here, I'm really happy to Green Suns for... Oh, they have a Disenchant, okay. Gaddock Teeg. At least we have another backup Chalice, which is nice. We can Chalice for 1, then play Thalia with Karakas up. Another Thalia. Alright. It's Chalice for 1. Oh, white mana. Let's play a Thalia. Oh, there's mana floating. Interesting. Why is there mana floating? Oh, I played the Chalice for 0! No! No! Haha! That's a punt. Romeo Dial, you are correct. That is a misplay. That is a misplay. That's pretty rough. Only would happen online to it. Yeah, it's just one of those MTGO things. It's just getting used to it. I mean, on Thursday night, I actually cast a Walking Ballista for 0 and it died straight away, which is pretty rough. Mother of Runes is interesting. I think we'll attack first. I think we'll cast a Mum. And probably just pass. We could play this Knight. I don't mind playing Knight here and holding up Karakas. I just want to get a few beaters on board, maybe just 2. Still a 2/2, wow. Snapcaster is fine. Snap Brainstorm? Okay. Swords on Mum is pretty good. I wish this Chalice was online. Council's Judgment. Because we have the second Thalia, I'm not going to return. I'm just going to let this slide. So that's kind of a win there for us. Yeah, Chalice would have been sweet. One card in hand for my opponent. Ancient Tomb. So I might even see if I can Green Suns here. They might have Counterspell in hand. I'm going to play around Counterspell actually. Ancient Tomb. Oh, I could also get Renegade Rallier, which I took out. I think I might just get yeah, just get Tireless Tracker. I can also play Thalia and just hope they don't have like Supreme Verdict or Terminus, because we do have this Karakas. But we'll see how we go. This is just better against Jace. I could Green Sun's Fatigue as well. Oh, yuck. This is really not working. That's 3 swords now that this Chalice could have stopped, which is pretty rough. I guess I could have gone for Snap Disenchant anyway, but... that's fine. Now I really want something like a fetch land off the top. Green Suns is okay. I could Green Suns for Dryad Arbor and then get a draw off it, which also allows me to attack in. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna start getting some Green Suns for 1. Doesn't get chaliced. I'm going to use this Ancient Tomb to crack the clue. Scryb Ranger, interesting. We'll attack first. Scryb Ranger is really good with getting more value off this Tireless Tracker. Ooh. Back to basics is fine with Scryb Ranger. No attacks, interesting. Let's cast Scryb Ranger. Counterspell, okay. That's fine. Am I happy to trade here? I think I am. Batterskull. I think we attack here. They're at 7, so... Another mum means I can attack here. Windswept Heath. The Heath can actually go get the Dryad Arbor, so I'm gonna play this. They go down to 4. Verdict's pretty good. Savannah, okay. We'll see if we can cast this Batterskull. Get a forest. It's gonna resolve. It's also lethal, so... We also have 3 lands to hold back to just keep it as well. You're gonna let us untap, which is interesting. I think here we just attack. Knowledge is fine. Oh, wow. That's gonna happen. I played the land there because if we top deck a land, we can return this and cast the next turn, hopefully. If they don't have like Snapcaster for disenchant. Alright. Savannah. We might as well. I mean, they could just have something like Force or Counterspell. But we're not going to win this game if we just keep this Batterskull in hand. It's pretty good. Can't cast Prelate. Lol. Haha, there's no lands left. Alright, we'll go to game 3. I think I'm still pretty happy with what's happening. I could probably bring in Surgical if I really want to. Maybe just... Chalice is still really good. Also, Knight's pretty good. I can probably take out... Probably a Scooze if I'm bringing in these Surgicals. Maybe take out a Chalice on the play. Could also drop something like a Bird and then play a Chalice. Okay. We'll see how this goes. Sounds fine. Savannah into hopefully Prelate on 1 next turn. Island, okay, so no swords, which is nice. Prelate on 1 with Exalted also means I can attack in without sort of getting hit by a another creature. I think he would just slam this Prelate just while we can. Jitesh, hello. We're currently in game 3 against Miracles. Game 2 we had a little misclick where we didn't get to Chalice for 1, which is pretty rough, but it's going to be okay. Yeah, Miracles is pretty rough. Especially as a creature deck that can't really yeah, go too wide, especially like not with Aether Vial. Aether Vial is just so good against Miracles because you can actually recover a lot faster and you can just hold up threats. Forest is a nice draw. I think I'm happy here just to go Thalia. So with the Preordain, they put 2 cards on top of their library. So maybe here I want to attack in, and then if they don't fetch in their end step, I'll Wasteland their fetch in their upkeep, so they can't actually show the Miracle. Alright. Oh, they're going to fetch, okay. Well, that's lucky. Double Island, interesting. Letting us draw into Karakas, we don't. That's fine. I think here we definitely attack. And then maybe just Greed Suns for Gaddock Teeg. Brainstorm, okay. So they need to find Force here. Because now they can't counterspell it. They could Fluster. Oh, they can't even Fluster Storm. They only have 1 mana. This always feels so rough. Jitesh, do you like any new cards for Miracles in the new set? Looks like it's going to resolve, okay. Gaddock Teeg it is. I don't have a card to say. I was just gonna say, do you have any cards that you like? I think here we'll just attack in, playing around. Snapcaster Mage. I think we'll just pass, holding up the Wasteland. I think we definitely hit the Tundra here. Just while we can. Teferi might be good, I'm skeptical though. Yeah, Teferi seems really interesting. Seems pretty powerful. Oh wow. Did I know that was on the top? No, I didn't. It's pretty good. I think here we just play out Thalia and pass. Saheeli might be possible as a resilient threat in the mirror. Yeah, for sure. Saheeli seems really powerful, especially as an uncommon. I don't understand that. Jitte. Let's play Noble and swing in for 3. So we have a 3-turn clock. They chose to shuffle with Ponder at least, which is nice. Swords is fine. Ponder's fine. Next turn I might even just play Qasali and swing for 2 with Noble. I'd love to draw a land just to have more mana. Okay, that's pretty good. Attack for 2. Technically 3 if they want to fetch. Nice. This could just be like Supreme Verdict. Brainstorm first, okay. Ugh, always scary. Always scary. Could put Atomus on top and then Brainstorm next turn for it. I'm gonna play a fetch land. Mentor? Okay. Ooze. I think I just attack here. I could play these pre combat, but I don't want them to get a trigger. I just want them to cast something. So I think we'll just attack here for 4. Okay, so they have a swords. I think here we just go Council's Judgment, Mentor, and just pass turn. Holding up Dryad Arbor. I think we just pass back. I could go get Dryad Arbor if I wanted to. I think we will. It means we can attack in for 2, hopefully. Another Judgment's interesting. I think we'll just attack here first. They have to block. Do they have 2 spells? Well, they're gonna try. Snap's pretty good. Play a Screws and Pass. Stoneforge isn't great. I think we just play Screws and Pass. It's looking pretty bad. I need to draw another land. Still nothing. Just get sword. That's not good enough. I think here we'll just play Knight and hopefully be able to get it down. They can't force it, which is nice. We'll gain 4 life. Another snap. Pretty good. I think here we Hierarch and then just Green Suns for 1. Look like this. Okay. Interesting, they kind of just gave up. Which is pretty rough. I definitely should have lost that match. But hey, we win. But yeah, there you can really just see how hard it is for us to come back from even like one Verdict or one Supreme Verdict. Snapcast is so good. Jace is really good. It's just a pretty terrible matchup. Which you can get some help from sideboard cards, but you really need to see them early, or you can't just shut off so many of the sort of engines that Miracles has. So we went 3-2. We got a chest. Yay! 5 points. Awesome. Yeah, the list is still pretty sweet. I wouldn't really change anything. I'm still a little bit not sure on the chalices. Also the Ancient Tomb and the Cradle, usually it's one or the other. I could definitely see a second Plains coming into the deck just to play a little bit better around Wasteland decks, and also back to basics. It's nice to have double white, not just for things like Prelate, but also to cast 2 white spells in a turn. But yes, we went down to Sneak and Show and Grixis Delver. And then got up against Miracles. What else did we play? Miracles? Reanimator? No, Storm. And one other deck. But that is it. Huge thank you to you guys for coming in to watch this stream. I'll be back next Thursday night. Stoneblade, there we go. Very cool. Yeah, next Thursday night. Of course, if you want to catch any of my streams, you can go to my YouTube channel. Just Dukes on Twitch on YouTube. You can find out some updates that I do on Twitter. Just Dukes on Twitch on Twitter. But yeah, a huge thank you to you guys for coming in. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Uptime. What's uptime? Ah, cool. But yeah, just a short stream today. I'm actually off to the coast. But thank you very much. I might see if... No, all good. I'll catch you guys around next time. Thank you very much.